We cannot grow Nigeria if we do not invest in education. The reason why we have insecurity is because we have poverty. And the reason why we have poverty is because we have illiteracy. It is a cycle that we can only break by educating our people and investing in education.
Alhaji Atiku Abubakar understands that human capital development is a prerequisite for Nigerian youths to become competitive in a modern global economy, driven by skill and knowledge as a tool for nation building. This is a story of vision and passion to empower the next generation of leaders as agents of change.
I'm just basically going to tell a story of how, should I say, indirectly came in contact with His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
Michael Ameh from Kogi State was on the verge of giving up after several attempts to secure admission into the university failed. But it is interesting to see how his life turned around after one encounter.
My name is Michael Ameh. I am from Kogi State. I'm the MDC of Hemam Synergy Limited. It was in 2008. I had, of course, finished my secondary school and trying to get into the university. I'd applied JAM like 6 times. It's shocking to say that, right? I never mentioned that too. And I was terribly in the worship moment of my life because I needed to get into the university. I was just sleeping and I woke up one afternoon and I just heard on the radio of a scholarship that was announced for the American University of Nigeria, covered by His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. So prior to them, of course, I only saw him on TV. You understand? I had never physically met him before. And it's like, okay, somebody that is there, I am here. You understand? And that was how I took my chance and applied. And, you know, he did not only offer me that scholarship, that opportunity groomed me to where I am today, set me up completely to where I am today. I had the opportunity of going to the American University of Nigeria free on the scholarship of His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar without ever meeting him. I'm sure he doesn't know, like, there's one Michael Ameh that is existing somewhere that he impacted so much. If you look through the value of my time in AUN, the total cost of the scholarship, put everything together as far back as then was about 13 million naira.
Education is the right tool for development, and leaders must make quality education accessible to the next generation of leaders to take the nation forward, as demonstrated by Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
I have been in this business since the 1980s. For every naira you invest in educating a child, you add 5 naira to his life earnings. Tell me, which other investment can yield that type of return on investment?
It was one encounter or should I say, period or moment of my life that shaped who I am today. Gave me everything, because on the campus of the American University of Nigeria, I discovered myself. I've always known myself to be entrepreneurial in a way, but it was on that campus that the very essence of who I am was discovered. All the thanks to His Excellency. It was something that I will never forget. And I'm telling this story today because, and this will be the first time that I'm publicly telling the story. I discovered myself in my entrepreneurial skill in a way in the classroom. There was a course that we took. It's called entrepreneurship, I think, 210, I can't really remember. So we took that course. It was basically more like, of course, it's an academic course, but the class was set up like a company. You are to pass that course. You are to come up with a business idea as a company. You understand? We are to appoint a CEO, you know, and come up with a real-time business. And you get graded in that course based on how much revenue that you're able to like generate, you understand, in the course of the semester and all. So just basically like a simulation of real life, you know, business situation. And I was appointed the CEO of the class. You know, the long story short was that class taught me what it means to develop ideas and to evolve that idea into, or rather those ideas into business, and to manage people and to lead people, you understand? And it was such that when I fired somebody, that person got F in that class. So for me, after that class, then I went back and I started thinking, okay, well, this thing is something that I found the love that I had doing that.
Atiku Abubakar has sponsored many young Nigerians across all the states by providing scholarships to young people who show promise as future leaders.
As a matter of fact, when I was on campus, in fact, all the friends that I had on campus then were all on scholarship from across every single part of the country, from the east, west, you know, the north, you know, just every part of the country. There was one person in that my set that came from nearly every, should I say nearly every state of the country.
If we can find a way to ensure that all Nigerian children leave school with at least basic reading and writing abilities, we would have found a way to end extreme poverty in Nigeria, which is why we must devote the bulk of our resources to education.
It was in the course of, not in my set anyway, in the course of, you know, my studies there, I met a young lady that was picked up. She's from Enugu. We organized the program then. It was one of our extracurricular, and it was a Model United Nation. And this young lady that we brought in, so we reached out to a lot of schools to participate, secondary schools to participate. And this lady came from the AUN Academy. It's also owned by His Excellency Atiku, is the secondary school version. And you know, in getting to talk with her and all of that, we discovered that she was picked up from Enugu, like Enugu as a kid, and brought into the academy just for the mere fact that she was more or less like a gifted child, you know, academically. Picked up, went through the academy, and by the time I graduated and I was doing my project in the school, she came in as a student as well, all free.
And I charge you, the distinguished and noble scholars of the American University of Nigeria, Yola, to go into the world and bring these ideas into reality. Promise? Promise?
I'm well prepared by AUN to face the challenges in the world.
As the graduating class of 2022 takes its first step into this world, you will shake the ground with an impact that demands to be felt. You will roar so loud that the next generation feels the vibration of our courage under their feet.
It's more like empowering the young generation, identifying the best of the young people in Nigeria and empowering them, not just in education, in business, in other aspects of our lives, you understand? A typical example would be that, you know, if you look at the way AUN, for instance, that he set up, you know, the way their program is designed to help you think of the problems that you are having, that you're facing in your society, in your community, and think of solution. In fact, the university is known as a development university. You get, it's a development university. So basically helping young people to not just acquire education, but to acquire skills for solution. And I have never, this thing, I'm not overemphasizing it, all through every single person that I've known, that I met in AUN that were on scholarship, both the ones that are on scholarship or not, the ones that were close to me, I've not seen any one of them that is not doing well today in their own various field of endeavors. Is it in business? Is it in IT? Is it in, think about it. My very good friend Babatunde, who is from the Southwest, he finished up, went to McKinsey, and he's doing well today, excellently well. I have another friend, although he was not on scholarship, he's one of my good friends, friends I met there. He's doing excellently well. He has his own fashion business, doing excellently well.
You see, that's why we introduce right from the beginning entrepreneurship in this university, right from day one. This is because we want every graduate of this university to come out and be an entrepreneur and an employer of labor rather than an applicant.
When I graduated, I was on campus for just trying to figure my life out, like what next and all. And I came in contact with this American guy that came to consult for the university on a particular project. And he was looking for somebody to volunteer with him, and I did. Because of these peculiar skill sets that I'd built, I'd developed in the course of my study there, he asked me to set up the office called the AUN Sustainability Office. Thereafter, when the office took off, there was a need for the university to carry out what they call an energy audit under the Sustainability Office. For a project that was supposed to be done, if they were to bring in an external contractor, different companies were bidding. The list then was around that 30 million, And you would not imagine, all I needed to do was to say, okay, look, I can do this. And I was offered that chance, you understand, by the American University of Nigeria, founded by His Excellency. And that's because of the culture of excellence that His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has mandated for the university to set up, identifying the best and giving them the opportunity. And I got that chance, and for that first day, I was paid 2.5 million naira to do that energy audit. And after I did it so well that, they loved it, because basically it was meant to help the university cut down on the cost of energy and all of that. So another project came up under that same umbrella for the second year called, they needed to also change the way they power the university. So I had the chance to do what they call power project analysis under that specific project. And that second year I was paid 3.5 million naira for that project. So you can see the first year after graduating, I made 2.5 million naira. Second year after graduation, I made 3.5 million naira. Tell me which university in this country would give that kind of chance to a young person that is just coming out? No matter how skilled you are, you understand? So that is also a testament to His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Imagine you going to, let's say, the East today, right, as a young graduate. You come out of the university, and there's a project of, let's say, let me even say 2 million naira. Do you think you ever have the chance, let's say if you're from the North, you ever have the chance to get that project? I doubt very much. But here is look at myself, fresh graduate, not even a Muslim, a Christian, you know. And I had the opportunity to secure that project that gave me my first capital to start my company. His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is not just empowering people for, you know, on education, it's empowering people to build the Nigerian economy, you understand, to create jobs, to provide solutions to some of the challenges that we're seeing today. And one of the key things that you see about him is his detribalized nature. I've never seen, I used to tell my friend when I sit down and we have conversation, I said, I've never seen somebody so in a country as polarized, with a political system as polarized as Nigeria, as ethnicized as Nigeria, you understand? You see a man who gives opportunity to every single person, irrespective of where you come from in this country.
This is a testament that Atiku Abubakar understands how to empower, equip, and prepare the next generation for transition into good leadership and governance.
So the name of our company is Hemam Synergy Limited. The company was set up in 2013. Basically, our company is into working with smallholder farmers in the Saminaka area of Kaduna State, southern Kaduna. Today we are here to assess what is going on in the field and to speak to the team that came visiting us to be able to know the progress that we're making so far. We empower the farmers to be able to produce more food. We identify that almost 90–95% of the food that we consume in the country come from rural smallholder farmers, you understand? And these farmers, most of them live in rural communities. They are poor, they are not achieving good yield and all of that. So we saw that, okay, we could come in and aggregate these farmers, train them, provide them all the inputs they need to cultivate their land, and then provide them market access. So if we're able to do that, we believe that we will help improve the Nigerian food systems, prevent hunger. You know, our population is growing, you know, and that was what informed our decision to focus on the agricultural sector. The 2.5 that I was paid the first year and the 3.5 that I was paid the second year was what I put together as our startup capital. If I also have to relate it, without His Excellency giving me that opportunity, there's no way I will be where I am today. There's no way I would have been able to access that capital at that young age to start up the company that we started, that we're running today. And today, where are we on that journey? That opportunity is directly helping me to employ 50 people and impacting 4,000 people, farmers, smallholder farmers. And God willing, that opportunity is going to help us impact 1 million smallholder farmers over the next 25 years. You understand? Just that single opportunity. Now look at it, look at how that affects the Nigerian economy. Job creation, agricultural food productions, skills development, you know. And one of the things that we're also trying to do is to bring in new technology and all of that, because we use technology to manage our farmers and process. Technology development, you understand? So you can see the expanded ripple effect that is having. So in 2020, our company did a revenue of 576 million naira. Last year, we did a revenue of above 600 million naira. This year, we're projecting to hit a billion naira. That's our projections for this year. What do most Nigerians need today? What? That's the question we have to ask. And who is best fit to provide those things? Based on my experience based on what I've seen, based on my own personal story, I would say that person is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Why? Because one, he has the ability to bring people, irrespective of where they come from, irrespective of their tribe, irrespective of their religion, you understand? Irrespective of their background, you know. All he just wants to see is that you have the ability to execute and to do the job. That's one. The second thing is Nigeria needs a president, someone who can build an economy that trickles down, that cascades down to the very poorest of us. You understand? And who is that person that can deliver? Who has demonstrated that's the best, even from his own home state? It's His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. And then in terms of impact, right? Among all the people who are contesting today, who has the widest impact across the country in terms of philanthropy, business, and all of that? It's His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. In terms of people, like I mentioned earlier, people ability to, the person who has the most ability to bring people together. None of these candidates who are running today has held a national position as either minister or something. They were all at some point governors, right, in their respective states. They are yet to test the deep waters of national politics, you understand, where there is even more need for integration, for cohesion, for somebody, the person who has the ability to manage our diversity, you understand, the most. And who is that person? This is His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, who has that capacity to do that. None of these other candidates have done that before, you understand? And in terms of bringing young people together, he's also the best. In terms of our transition, the person who has the will, the political will to make hard decisions is His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. You understand? So if you put all these things together, you know, and this is not a political statement. This is not I'm not a party member. I'm just basically telling my story. You understand? And what my own indirect encounter with him. You get? So, and I'm hoping that Nigerians will give him that opportunity to help us build a new country that would transit, because we basically need transition in terms of security. We need to better organize our security systems. We need to better organize how our economy is run. You know, exchange rate, for instance, is affecting a lot of things. We need to better organize how we deploy technology in managing some of the challenges that we're seeing today. You understand? And all of these things, if you look at it together, add it all together to my own personal story, to the stories of so many people that I know who are not from the north, who are not Muslims, who are from every corner of this country that His Excellency directly impacted. I think that right person to lead us today is His Excellency Alhaji Atiku.
Change the face of Nigeria and the world for good. Reach for the stars, and when you get there, send down a ladder to take your fellow countrymen and women up with you.
So I just want to say thank you, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. You know, outside of God that I have to thank, you know, for the gift of life, for the gift of all the opportunities, the second most important person that I have to thank in my life is His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Came into my life, even though he doesn't know me, he hasn't met me, and gave me the opportunity to become who I am today. And I believe he will do the same thing even more. Given the chance to become the president, he will do more, and he will impact a lot more young people. So thank you, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.